moving on, we have the Diagnostic and Statistical Manual of Mental Health Disorders, right? So this is the manual that psychiatrists use in order to diagnose and identify the problems and the solution to mental illnesses. And it's like this huge book. It has all these different disorders, and it has all these different medications and all these different signs and all these different things. And this is what they use, right? It was just like, it's kind of like their drug book to psychology or psychiatry, right? Whatever. So it's really important for you to know and identify what that is, right? So if you get stumped and the person is manifesting something and you're like, what is this? And what does it look like? And how can I treat it? And what can be done? Because again, remember, in the same way that you see like the huge drug book, and there's like different ways, like, let's say blood pressure, right? There are different drugs you can use for blood pressure that will, attack it in a different way, and that either you can put together or you can use them separately, or one works and one doesn't, like ACE inhibitors cause a cough, but the other ones don't, beta blockers, whatever. So you can choose. It's the same idea. You can decide, okay, we're going to use this mechanism. It's working. It's going well. We're good, right? Oh, this didn't work out, so we're going to use them different. Well, this is the manual that's going to show you, right? It's provide guidelines for healthcare personnel to identify and categorize mental illness, right? So it's clinical research. And I like the fact that it's a clinical research, right? Something that we have issues with in medical field. I don't know if everybody does, but a few people do, right? Where it's according to practice, it's according to research. There are things that have been proven to work, right? And there are things that had worked in the past that we thought were working, and we found out maybe that's not the best way to go about it. Let's do it differently, right? And this is the manual that has the updated, researched information of what we're going to do, right? We don't want to stick to the old things that didn't work, or maybe that worked for some people. I don't know, whatever you want to use. But I like the fact that it's, clinically proven research and, education setting. Like these are things that are for sure, right? And we want to make use of it, right? The next thing we're going to cover is the types of mental health admissions and discharges. So there's voluntary admissions, right? And the first time, before nursing, there's certain thoughts that you have of, what things are in the world and how you view things. And then you get educated and you're like, really? Right? Anytime that I've been exposed to someone who has a mental health issue, it was usually they were in a straitjacket and they were locked up somewhere and they were feeding them pills through a window, right? Or they were strapped on the table and, electrifying or something. That's what they show on television. Well, back in the day, I don't know, maybe I'm aging myself, but I never knew that a person can voluntarily take themselves to the hospital. And the first time I remember reading about that was in Ben Carson's book, Gifted Hands. And his mom, because of her situation with the husband who had left them and her whole family before, and she was a second family that she didn't even know that she was a second family. Anyway, so she wasn't coping well, and she took herself to the hospital and admitted herself. And I was like, what? Like someone had the thought process enough to say, I'm not coping well. This is too much for me and I need help. And they take themselves to a facility and say, please help me, right? And I need to be here for this time. And she didn't do it once. She did it, I think he said like 4 times. And he never knew about it. And they said that what she did was she would take them to the family member, and then she would say, this is our little vacation. I guess her family knew, but the sons never knew, right? And so now in nursing, when I learned about this, I was like, wow, that's what she was doing. Being aware of who you are. And that's the whole thing about what we said, society, ideas of what you should be doing and your own ideas about what you should be doing, right? She looked like she had it all together, but she knew she didn't, right? And so this voluntary admission thing is really important. But I love the fact that there are rules and regulations based around it, right? So this person is free to sign out of the hospital anytime they want it. They sign themselves in, they can sign themselves out. They can actually sign AMA, as long as they are safe. Right? If they're not trying to kill themselves or kill somebody else, they can sign themselves out anytime they want because they did it voluntarily in their own right mind, right? And that's why we have to change our mentalities about what mental health is. Right? Mental health is not this person who's like, I don't know what people like crazy and trying to kill somebody. It's not always that. Mental health can be, like I have a stressor and I don't know what to do right now. Like I'm super sad right now and I don't know how to come out of it. And or I'm in this euphoric state because I took this medicine and it's warped my mentality, right? There are certain medications that a person will take that can change their mind, the chemistry of their mind. And a lot of people, right? And as I finish, we have 5 minutes left. I just want to have this awareness, right? And I'm glad that the society that we live in is so much different as the one we lived in the past, right? Where as soon as a person acts differently, it shows some kind of signs of they're sent to their asylum and they're strapped down and they're given and they're, right? It's different. We have to be aware that there are levels, there are spectrums, right, to this mental health and mental mental, what's the other word? I'm about to say dishealth. Illness, right? Mental illness. There are stages, right? There are people who are functional, who can take medication, and they're okay, but they need that medication in order to get them going, right? And the way I put it is this, right? We have no problem saying that this person has heart failure. We have no problem saying that this person has trauma to the brain. We have no problem saying this person needs dialysis for the kidney. But as soon as we talk about mental health and stability, it's like, oh, you don't want to marry into that, and you don't want to associate with that person, and he crazy. No, there's certain reasons why a person might not be able to cope, and it does not necessarily have to be with, and a lot of cultural and spiritual people. Oh, the devil went into her, like she foaming at the mouth. It's not about that. So we have to have change our mentalities, and I hope as I'm expressing this information to you, and especially those who are on Facebook who are not really into the medical field as the people who are on Zoom, who are actually in the field and working with these people, or are designed to work with these people, that you are aware that there are levels to this thing, and all because someone is having challenges and stressors that is causing them not to think in a rational way or cope the way that they usually were able to. That does not mean that they need to be signed off and be afraid of and disregarded. No, they need the help, and that's okay. The same way that the heart needs help and the eyes need help. Look, I have glasses now. Is that a problem? That's not a problem. I have glasses. My eyes are weak. Am I farsighted or nearsighted? I forget. I see things. I'm farsighted, right? It's just an organ. The brain is an organ that has chemistry and neurons and receptors and dopamine and all that stuff. They can go off too. And we need to find ways to bring it back. And that's all psychiatric nursing is about, right? Getting the person to be able to find, what is the problem? How can I manage the problem? How can I get back into society and live a peaceable life? And some people, they get the help that they need and they never have that issue again. Other people, it's a habitual thing. Every time they face a stressor, they relapse, right? They got to find different ways and different methods in order to get themselves back, right? So the voluntary, it's just amazing. And then there's the involuntary. Look at all these rights. They have so many rights, and thank God for that, right? Right to confidentiality and all of that, right? And the last thing is the involuntary. And it's the involuntary that we usually talk about mostly, right? And these are the people who can hurt themselves or trying to hurt other people, pushing people onto the train tracks and trying to kill somebody. And, those are the ones we see mostly, or we think about. And because we see them, we're afraid. And even those people, right? I thank God that they have a place where they can evaluate them and see what happened wrong and how can we rehabilitate them back into society and how all of that. Anyway, so it is now 3:00, and I want to give you guys a chance to, for this next section here, if you have questions or comments and want to share, and please, those of you who are in mental health, please add or rectify if I said something that was awry, like whatever. I don't mind that at all. I'm always willing to learn and grow, right? So I thank you guys for listening and participation is being present as well. So, but if you have comments, let me see if I can get to the, what is it called? I'm going to stop sharing now and see if I see anything in the chat box. Okay. Yeah, so let me know if you have any questions. And again, if you are interested in being tutored, so what I do is I have classes and sessions online. They are already pre-recorded. And what I do is I allow you to purchase the session, you listen to me doing this, right? And then if you have questions, you call me, and we go through what you have learned and what you need more clarifications on. And that interaction is usually like 15 minutes. If it's a whole hour, then that's a different story, right? But I'm open to anything. Let me know. I'm going to put up my information here. Those of you who, let me share again so you can see. So here, there, here, right? My name is Nicolette Pubert, my email and my phone number. So you have access to me. Thank you for participating or joining the class and listening. If you have more questions, let me know. No one? New questions? New comments? All right, then. Thank you, Ernestina and Risa and all of those who joined. Have a great day. Again, it's going to be recorded. It is recorded, so I'll be putting it up on YouTube. All right. I'll see you guys next month for our next free session. Have a great day. Bye. For more information on how to register for classes and get help from our tutoring center, visit www.gab-nicnursingtutor.com. That is www.gabnicnursingtutor.com. To view our free or paid classes, sign up on www.thinkific.com. That's www.thinkific.com and register for the pre-recorded classes of your choice after searching for the Gab-Nic Tutoring Center uploads. We offer in-person tutoring and Zoom calls. You can also find us on YouTube for more free classes and tips on how to do better in nursing. We are also on Facebook, where we upload articles, tips, and tricks on how you can make your journey to becoming a nurse smooth and near effortless. Did I mention Instagram? Basically, we are everywhere. So check us out or call 917-602-9927 and we will tell you just how to join. See you soon.